coaches and pros, the X's and O's. This is the best what we do, what we know. So let's go.
Mike's up. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's going on? Technical difficulties and all that. Just got to switch my mics up. Had to switch my mic. You know what I mean? I tried these new mics out. Had these new microphones. I had to try out real quick. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to get up into this, man. I ain't trying to hold y'all too long. I know everybody out there enjoying the college football and all that right now. So I ain't gonna try to hold everybody too long, man. I know everybody out there watching college football. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Those that are tuning in, you feel me? Yeah, Colorado's up big right now on Delaware. I'll get to talking about that. I'm gonna try to get off here about before 7:30 kicks off because we all want to see Michigan play. Yes, sir, Oklahoma. That Michigan and Oklahoma game is going down. So that's the big one. So we ain't going to try to hold everybody too long up on here. But as y'all can see, a couple things we got going on, man. Yes, sir, that's what it is right now. My man's contract. Yes, sir. My man's contract. I'll put the link to the show up in here. If anybody decide that y'all want to jump in, that's cool with me. If not, that's cool too. All right. My man's contract, man. It's right now. It's not looking too good right now. I mean, for the Pittsburgh Steelers and everything. But as you can see in the bottom right corner of the picture, I kind of put together the top defensive tackles and what they're getting paid right now. You know what I mean? So I just kind of wanted to give y'all a quick visual up on that and see what's going on. So that's what we on Cam Heyward's contract right now. You know what I mean? As we all know, Cam Heyward, defensive tackle for the Steelers, he's looking to update his contract. Look, he had an all-pro 2024 year. He started all 17 of his games last season for us right now. I mean, his stats is at the bottom of the screen. You can see him scrolling right now. 11 passes defended, 8 sacks, 35 solos, 36 assists. He had 20 hits on a quarterback, and he had 12 tackles for a loss. That's just last season, and that's not including his career stats. His career stats is off the charts. I actually took notes of that. I actually took some quick notes of that. So let me get the notes that I had put down because it was a lot. And because I put the stats down because this is how the NFL guys get paid, whether we like numbers or not. This is just how they get paid. Because the analytics in the game, analytics telling you to go for it, 4 for 1, second, whatever down it is, you can kick a field goal, go for it, whatever, you know what I mean? So this is how they get paid. This is how coaches are being assisted to make decisions out there. I know y'all don't really care too much about all that, but this is my Pittsburgh Steelers. I had to open up with that because the Colorado game is still going on, although they should smack Delaware and they should cover the spread on that. Anyhow, so let me get up into this. Chris Jones is the most paid with $31 million, right? Then you got Milton Williams. He's at New England now. He was with Philly. He's getting $26 million. You got Zach Allen. He's been in the league for 6 years. He's getting $25 million. You got, I can't even pronounce Nadami Mabuke from Baltimore. I think I did pretty good with that name, but he's been in the league 5 years, $24.5 million. He's getting, and then McNeil from Detroit, he's getting paid $24 million. And I tell you what, the only guy, nobody's getting the passes defended that nobody's getting their hand on the ball like Cam Heyward, although we know he's 6'5", 288 pounds, big Cam Heyward is, but nobody's getting their hand on the ball like that. He's producing more than Chris Jones is. As we all know, Chris Jones, he suffered some injuries, didn't play a lot didn't play last year, besides getting in the playoffs. I mean, he's producing more than the top paying guys in the league. And I don't think he's asking for too much. Now, as Pittsburgh Steelers fans, we know that we got what he has a $12 million bonus for 2026 for next year. Now, if we take that and we confront him that now, and this probably ain't the first time y'all heard this because I'm doing my research. I'm pretty sure that y'all haven't, but we could kick him an extra, you know what I'm saying, $10 million. It ain't gonna break the bank on us because we got the money to do it. I think we got some like 20 something million in cap space. I don't know the exact number. I can't remember the exact number. That's what it is. I can't remember the exact number on it, but I know we got like 20 million in cap space or something like that. And that's perfect. You know what I mean? Throw him a quick $10 million, extra 10 mil, and let's go ahead and let's rock out with Cam Heyward because he's a huge staple, not only in this league, but to our team. He's detrimental to our team. I mean, I always talk about the Baltimore Ravens, that playoff game last year where none of our defense showed up besides Cam Heyward. You had Cam Heyward getting off of double teams, chasing down the running back 5 yards down the line, you know, and still getting a tackle. Why he's clogging holes. You know what I mean? Tackling wide receivers on quick slants, like trying to adding pressure on Lamar Jackson. He does this game in and game out. Like Cam Heyward, even at his age, he's showed that he stays healthy. You know what I mean? Like he's more available than a lot of guys, even up there in his age. The last time he got injured, I think it was 2023, and that was with a groin injury. And that happens sometimes, you know. And it didn't keep him out the whole season. He still played 11 games in 2023. You know what I'm saying? And still had, I believe, he had 2 sacks. I can't remember, was it like in 2023 he had 2 sacks that year. He had 6 tackles for a loss in 11 games, and he still had 3 quarterback hits. And he was injured that year. He missed 6 games that year. And it wasn't his best year. He played a lot of that year injured, but he still showed that he was enough of a problem in order for those guys to get it. You know what I mean? Like excuse me, man, that beeping noise is getting on my damn nerves. Anyhow, thank you. But yeah, he showed a lot for our team. So I don't understand why in the world he would not, why we wouldn't sign him. If he's looking for a new contract, let's go ahead and let's give it to him. That's the way I see it anyway, you know, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us out there, that y'all agree with me, whether y'all agree exactly what I said, but we all agree that Cam Heyward needs to be paid upon this Steelers team. He's a big staple. He means a lot to this defense, a lot to this team. And all he said that he wanted to show that he was appreciated. And I get that. You know what I mean? I get that. When you got guys who's not putting in half the work with their body, with their play on the field, look at that list. Zoom in on your phone, whatever you need to do, pause, zoom in, look at that list. Those are the top 10 guys in that bottom right corner. And those guys right there are getting paid more than what Cam Heyward is right now. That's crazy. That's crazy. That makes absolutely no sense for those guys to be getting paid as much as Cam Heyward is, or even close to that number. You know what I mean? Like, that's just crazy. Now, and I mean, just a quick preview about the Jets, you know what I mean? Because we do got the Jets coming up. We got the Jets, and we're going to be playing the Jets. So just real quick with that game, you got Nick here. We got Nick here big out, our linebacker. He got a hamstring. He's questionable for that game. Derek Harmon, our rookie defensive tackle, he's going to be out. Cam Heyward, you know, he's going through the contract situation. Skylar Thompson, something's wrong with his hamstring, but he's questionable in that game right there. Shakemi Okafor, the defensive tackle for the Jets, he's out with a hand. He's questionable. You got Elijah Vera Tucker, triceps, he'll be out. You got Sauce Gardner. I think he's going to be in. Sauce Gardner, he had participation. He'll be there. Tyrod Taylor, he'll be there for the Jets. Elisa Poe out with an ankle. And that's it for our game right there. And I just spoke on that real quick, you know what I mean? Just about Cam Heyward. That's all. So I'm going to keep it moving with the next one. Give me a second real quick. That's fucking crazy. Shut up, man. Come on, man. Cut it out. Yeah. So let me get back to it. Try to bounce back off of that. You know, you get it. All the chaos going on at the crib, man. This is real, man. This is live. This is real. This ain't none of this edited. Got dogs barking, fucking fire alarms fucking going off and shit. All kinds of shit going on in the background. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Excuse me. Excuse my language. It's just that's how real shit is over here. This ain't, you know what I mean? I put it together. I'm working. Got kids running around, dogs barking, dogs walking, fire alarms going off, all kinds of everything. You know what I mean? Can't tell me nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, I'm gonna go ahead with my game picks real quick before I get up into anything else. Real quick before I get up in any other topics. I ain't gonna keep y'all long on here, man. All right. So the game picks, man. My game picks. I don't know why why in the world did I not pick? I was going to roll with Florida in that game anyway with USF. That's easy pick. But real quick, though, just to go through it, I think Arizona State, man, I'm rocking with them today. I think that's a good pick. That's a good, easy pick for anybody out there that's trying to get your paper up. Look, I'm not going to give y'all 13 picks like I did last year. About, oh, you wrong. I'm not giving y'all, I'm not telling y'all to go ahead and put the bread down on the games. That's up to you. You know what I mean? On how you feel. If I feel like it's a 50-50 game, I'll tell you that. But I put together little parlays like that. I got me my pockets a little bit bigger. So that's just what I do. You know what I mean? But I don't put down a lot neither. So I'm not no $500 guy. So that's just me. Anyway, if I take those chances, I should start because I be coming up out here. I be getting it right a lot of the times. Michigan and Oklahoma. Now, John Mayter, a lot of people are huge on John Mayter and that defense over at Oklahoma. I seen some holes in that. I seen some holes in Michigan's game too. Bryce Underwood's young. I'm not leaning on Bryce Underwood to carry Michigan over this win, and I'm going to go with Michigan in this game, but only because. And it has really nothing to do with Bryce Underwood. I think Bryce Underwood's going to have to do enough to help his team win today, and I think he can, even though he's a true freshman. The last time I actually spoke on it, I think that, to me, his performance last week was one of the most intriguing to me because the way that, even though they played New Mexico, the way that his poise was in the pocket, how calm he was, the way that he he was a field general out there with that offense, zipping the ball in there, the zippy head on it, and he didn't run much. He's going to have to run in this game. Oklahoma, the Sooners, they got a real good defense. Brent Venables, they're going to bring it. They got some big bodies on that defense alignment, on that defense. So we're going to have to see what's going on with today. But I'm definitely rolling with Michigan in that game with the points, though. I'm not picking Michigan straight up to win. I'm rolling with Michigan with the points because if I do think that Oklahoma beats them, I think it's by 3, but I think it's 5.5 right now, or I think it may have went up. I'm not sure. I think they're giving Michigan 5.5, which I think is crazy because I think these teams are like nearly the same and respected. I do think that Oklahoma's going to have a better year. So shout out to the Oklahoma Sooners fans. I definitely think they're going to have a better year this year. But yeah, I got Michigan in this one. Now to the NFL games. Of course, I'm going with my Steelers. But not only just because I'm a Steelers fan. I mean, logically, look, I thought Justin Fields was going to get a lot better. I think he would have had he been in Pittsburgh. We would have demanded that out of him. I don't know if Aaron Glenn's giving him a lot of leeway or what's going on. So I don't want to speculate on what's going on there with New York. I mean, when you look at our team, there's really no true number 2. But Aaron Rodgers, he will make somebody a true number 2 in our roster with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Somebody's going to step up and somebody's going to have to be a true number 2. Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin, Scotty Miller. I can't pronounce his last name, so I just say Ben S because I can't pronounce his last name, and I'm always bad with names anyhow. But he's more of a special teams guy. However, his route running is what he needs to work on, and that's the reason why he's at the bottom of our chart when it comes to receivers. But I like everything about him. I think his speed, he got it. But somebody's going to have to emerge as the number 2 receiver in Pittsburgh, man. We definitely need that. But we got all the talent. We got everything we need to go ahead and make a deep push in the playoffs, even surprise some people, you know what I'm saying, and make it further. We got everything we need this year. No excuses for us, really, to be honest. Raiders and the Patriots. I think this is a good pick right here. I think this is a good, safe one. Of course, I'm going with the Patriots in this game. You know what I mean? Because I believe in Vrabel. I do think that Pete Carroll's going to bring some physicality to the Raiders, to the Las Vegas Raiders. Ashton Genty, I think they got him out like 70, over under 70 in this game. And I don't know, like with this game over under Ashton Genty, I got to see that offensive line first before I think that's real high, but they got really high expectations for Genty. You know, he's a first round pick number 6. They're going to give him the ball. We know how Pete Carroll rolls, but this is Mike Vrabel led defense up there with the New England. You know what I mean? And I'm not even really looking at look, the quarterback ain't even got to do much. He ain't really got to do too much. You know, all he has to do is just manage the game. But that's all they're asking a lot of these young quarterbacks coming out of college nowadays. They just want them to come in there, manage the game. You don't got to be a world beater. You know, shout out to Jalen Hurts, man. He just find ways to win. You know what I mean? He ain't got to be the best quarterback. You don't have to be the best to know how to win. And I thought that was the stat that mattered to a lot of people. First, it was you got to have Super Bowls. Then it's, you got to win games. And he's doing both. And still people are saying he's not a top 10 quarterback, which is just crazy. But I don't know. Everything is everywhere right now. So, and I got some word salad I'm going to play with a little bit later. But I think those are my picks right there, man. I'm going to roll with those picks. Right there, those are the couple of picks in the games for me, y'all. That's what I would go roll with. That's what I would pick if I'm betting. You dig? That's just me. So that's it with the picks. So let me go ahead and get this stuff pulled down real quick so I can get to the next screen. Because before I go to the next screen, though, man, I got some things that I got to say. Because people keep talking about generational talent. What's generational? What's this? What's that? Like all these guys on your screen, you look at Drew Aller, Lenore Sellers, Garrett Nussmeier, Rocco Beck, Carson Beck, Kay Kublik, Nico, Arch Manning. You got all these guys who are supposed to be generational talents. Like they said Arch was supposed to be a generational talent, man. But look, hold up. I'm not even going to talk about it because I think I got it pulled up where I could share it. Let me share what Ryan Clark had to say on the show. I'm sure y'all all seen what Ryan Clark had to say. But I could play it real quick and then I'll just get my quick commentary on it because Ryan Clark definitely has some things to say about this topic. Let me get that pulled down real quick because I got to share the screen. It's a lot of clicking you got to do, man, on this. A lot of clicking I got to go through. So, all right. So the media. Okay. So I go there and I'll just share that screen with y'all real quick. Put that on the screen. And I'm going to just go straight to the Ryan Clark segment and play that.
After Arch's debut.
Arch Manning, period, point blank, is neither a generational nor transcendent talent. Arch Manning can't run like Lenore Sellers. He can't throw like Garrett Nussmeier or Bryce Underwood. He's not Trevor Lawrence. He's not Caleb Williams. Those guys were what people felt like were generational, can't miss college quarterbacks.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to play the whole thing. I think I played enough seconds of it. That was off the pivot, and I think I'm allowed to share some of that because, believe it or not, those guys will copyright my ish, and I ain't with that. So I'm just going to talk about this. This is what I'm on right now. So what's a generational talent, right? There's generational talents or talents that are once in a generation. There's just no other way to put that, right? Once in a generation type of guy. Like, for instance, to me, you can, and my argument is, the way I feel upon this is that you can become a generational talent. You can work towards that. Absolutely. But people are so loose with words, right? We're just like the word elite. The word elite in the past 2 years has been used so loosely that it's just mind-boggling. The way that people use the word elite. Like, you can't be elite in everything. Everything is not elite. You know, not everybody's elite. They're not elite runners. Because he broke for a 70-yard run. He's not an elite wide receiver because he jumped over a guy and caught a pass. That's what he's paid to do. They're getting paid in college too now. It just ain't pros that's getting paid. Y'all get what I'm saying? Excuse me real quick. Let me make some adjustments real quick to the audio. But yeah, these guys are not just, you know what I mean? It's just not those guys, right? So people just making up words now. Generational. So I came up with a few words to make, right? So now we're going to start using words like generational or potential talents. That's a good one, right? Potential talents. Why not? They use generational like it's just, they use it so loosely on guys who haven't even been proven. On some guys who haven't even been proven. That's just crazy. It is. It really is. Like, I mean, like, y'all could call it what you want to call it, but that's most definitely what it is. Some guys, they just use the word so loosely. I don't get it. So I said potential talent, potential talent, irrational talent. How about that one? Irrational talent. Yeah, there's some irrational talent players out there. Why not? Yeah, there is. Yeah, there absolutely. There's irrational players out there, like guys who had good years, right? They didn't ball out all the time. Like, okay, for instance, Sam Darnold, he's a irrational talent type of guy, right? He went to the NFL. He was really good in college, went to the NFL, kind of dud out, and he had a great year last year. That's a irrational talent, right? Then you got Today National. You got Today National talents. They was just good for today. Just for today. That game, they had a great game. That's a good, or you could call it game-ational talents. I don't know. And you could just go with a mondational talent. That's just a month talent. He was good for the whole month. The whole month of September, he balled out. We didn't know where he went in December. I'm just saying, like, you got weak national talents. Weak national talents. Let's use that one. They was good for that week. That 1 week. Practiced well, went to the game, put up numbers and everything. But couldn't do it the other week, right? You got guys that do that. Just saying. Just like your fanny. I don't know, guys out there that play fantasy football. Damn, he had 50 points last week. Damn, he only got me 2. Damn, he got 2 again. Damn, and you just keep him on your roster. You just keep him around because you think he's going to keep getting more points, but it ain't never happened again. You know, I know the guys I'm talking about. All I'm saying is, and look, I know I sound crazy. Like, what are you talking about, right? Trucking, what is Trucking talking about? Words. These guys are throwing around words and using them just loosely to the point where it just makes no sense. So let's just make up our own words, define our own words and what they mean. So I'm definitely going to start using my terms because I think potential, there is potential talents. There's a lot of guys who have potential to be great, right? But they're just irrational guys. They're just irrational talents. They had a great year. Don't mean that they're going to, you have to keep working to be a generational type of guy. And I don't even think that you can I don't really know if you can even work to be a generational guy. I think it's just something that's just in you, or you just don't have it. Like now, can you put up generational numbers? Yes. But like, for instance, let me say, like when we seen Michael Vick in college, like nobody's have ever, like he was getting busy, right? When he came in the NFL, like he could have been a generational talent. Michael Vick absolutely could have been a generational talent. Like, I don't think that there was ever a quarterback that ran so fast. Him in the pocket just didn't work out that great, right? But if he had passed just a little bit better. I don't want to say a little bit. I mean, I might be stretching it, but still, y'all get where I'm going with it, right? Michael Vick had a little bit of pocket presence when he came in. Most definitely, hands down, because you've never seen the quarterback take off like that. Never seen a quarterback do that up until we seen Cam. Could you argue Cam could have been, right? That is a word that should not be used in sports media until we see a guy. I think you got to be generational in college and in the pros. And that's just the me though. But see, that's why I wanted to open up and really have this conversation and really talking about this word generational talent, because that's just where I stand on it. You know what I mean? I don't know where everybody else or how anybody else may feel on that, or somebody may argue down. Like, it got to be in you. You can work to put up generational numbers. You have to put in the work to do that, but you just can't say because somebody's 6'4" and they run a 4.7, he's a generational talent. Like, no, he's not. Because if you are, then you're not. Nobody's starting over you at the college or the pro level, and you're definitely not letting anybody beat you. Guys like that, they change the trajectory of games. Like, you can't stop a generational talent. They get busy. They do their thing. You feel me? Like, Barry Sanders was a generational talent. That is a generational running back talent. Barry Sanders broke college records, went up into the pros, went to the worst team in the NFL, and still you couldn't stop him. You think you had him 8-10 yards tackled in the backfield, and Barry wound up breaking a 50-yard run on you. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. That's one guy. Now that's a generational talent. And I think that, and I was trying to be a little silly with a little comedy about, the generational to the traditional guy, talent type of guys. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely still going to try to use those words whenever I can, because I think it's crazy that people just throw around words like elite. Like, we got to be careful with saying those type of things. And I get it, because if you guys out there can hold me to a higher standard on the way that I word things and the way that I say things, then I think it should be done by everybody, right? I think it definitely should be done by anybody and everybody. That's just how I feel about that, really, for real. So yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it moving on to the next topic, man. Try to not to keep y'all too long. Like I said, I opened up the floor. Somebody's out here. Jen J, you said hey to the chat watching the games right now. Yeah, I know y'all watching the games, and I appreciate y'all even tuning in, because I'm just trying to get up in here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I get my content in for the week, because if not, I'm not going to record, Jen J. I'm just not. I got a football game to go to in the morning with my son. My daughter had a softball game this morning. Is why I didn't go live this morning. My kids play sports. My son he played varsity, so Friday nights. Then I got to wake up Saturday morning. You know what I mean? So I'm really busy, just trying to, fit this in. So I know a lot of people's going to have to catch me on a playback. You know what I'm saying? If they do, I appreciate it. But if not, it is what it is. The Colorado game, I know it's still going on right now. I could check it and see who's winning real quick, but I'm gonna check the game and see who's winning the game, because I was watching the CU game. Believe it or not, I was definitely watching the game. CU was putting it on Delaware. They should, by the way. Yeah, it's still 24-7 in the third quarter. I'm gonna play some clips. It's the end of the third quarter going into that CU game. I'm a little concerned with some things with CU. I must admit, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna talk about it now. really haven't seen nobody's takes on anything, but I'm gonna talk about it now anyway because let me push that out. I think Juju Lewis actually was in this, and he looked all right too. But Caden Salter put a drive together to where I think Georgia Tech, there's no way that they should have got 315 yards. I know. And I'm gonna stand on that because you know what they're doing. You knew what Georgia Tech was gonna throw at you to run, and we still struggled to stop it, right? And I'm still seeing that this in the games. A little concerned because when you watch people movers, man, they're big and they look like they want to, move some guys off. They will, and I think that's something that, look, we've been saying it for the past couple of years. This is not something that's not new. This is something that we've always talked about. Colorado has to run the ball, and that's why I think Caden Salter gives the offense the best ability to win in this Big 12. Yes, because when you have to account for Caden Salter, a runner, I seen Ron Staub get busy too. I did see him get busy. He could run, but he's not. I don't know if he's Caden Salter fast. But most definitely, we're not going with Juju. That's not happening. No. So get that out your minds. No. Juju's no. If you're going to go with anybody else, it got to be Staub. He's been around. This is second year in this offense, so he's a lot more familiar with it than any of the quarterbacks. To be honest, he's probably not as fast as Caden Salter, but he still can present a threat if using his legs. I seen him throw a dot in this, and then when y'all know y'all seen it in the video clips that I had put out and on screen. He definitely threw a dot, a well-thrown ball. And I think it was 25, 30 yards. But, I mean, that's just me. It could be me being a little premature on it or whatever. But I'm going to try to get at y'all, you know what I'm saying, with another one. I hope that everybody catch me on a playback. Man, I appreciate y'all coming through. I wasn't going to be long. Like I said, I just wanted to pop up on y'all out here. Shout out to my Raw Half fam. I definitely missed a lot the other day, but man, I'm so busy, y'all. I'm out here, you know what I'm saying, everywhere. Y'all heard. I got so much going on and going around, man. I got to make sure that home is straight first. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. I'm not getting paid out here. I do this because I love doing it. You know what I mean? I love giving my opinions on sports and when I can, informing y'all and bringing y'all some information on things. So most definitely gonna be up out here, man. Try to get out here more. Gotta get my mobile studio figured out, but it's hard to do that because sometimes I be rolling to 10 o'clock at night or something like that. But yeah, man. Other than that, I think I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say that it's not good that, you know what I'm saying, CU, we got a dub. You know what I'm saying? We seen a dub today. But it is concerning to me. It definitely is concerning because of the things that I said, stick to running the ball. Got backs that can get the job done. Got the offensive line that can get the job done. I definitely want to see Jordan Seaton on some pin and pulls, some more wham blocking. Use him, man. He's fast as a tight end, man, but he's big. He's a big tackle that can move. Get behind him. You know what I'm saying? There should be a lot more runs behind him. Get in some pin and pulls, some misdirection, read options, some counter read option plays. You know what I'm saying? Like with Jordan Seaton, some whams. Most definitely, man, because he can get it done and he can run. He's not as fast as the backs, but he's about fast as a linebacker or a tight end. He damn sure move like he is. I don't know, but you ain't going to want to get in front of him. He lead blocking, and because it's just that simple. I think it is. I think it is. You got one of the fastest quarterbacks in the Big 12. It'd just be crazy not to utilize him in his best attributes. I think that would be crazy. I think that'd be crazy. And then they're going to eventually load the box. You know what I mean? You got Michael Welch, you got Taylor, got Michael Welch and Taylor in the backfield. Both, you know what I mean? When you hitting them with, and then they're gonna load the box because that offensive line is gonna move them back, and that's when you start hitting Sincere Brown and they going for Marion Miller downfield, Draylon hitting those guys downfield, wide open passes, easy money. I think Baylor does it well. Baylor does it really well. Watch Baylor. Don't believe me? Watch Baylor. I'll try to get some clips up. Try to drop another video or two, man. You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't getting a bunch of people up in here, but I wasn't expecting that because I know all of y'all was watching college football. Like I said, I was just trying to get my people, just trying to show face out here. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be back with some more, though, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. All right, Jen J, I appreciate you coming through, man. Those that did show up, man. Peace.